Hello everybody and welcome back to, well, the finale of the Abandoned Farm Challenge, or the multiplayer challenge with a twist. Yeah, episode 1 anyway. This was kind of like the little short and sweet trial kind of series. And I think it's been a pretty good trial actually, if I'm honest with you. So yeah, this might be a slightly longer episode, which, coming from me, given they're not really any less than an hour anyway, that's not a very good sign, is it? I hope you're patient and you're ready to watch this long one. Yeah, what we're gonna do, what we initially planned to do was do something a little bit different, which we've both wanted to do from episode 1 really, which was log in at the same time and actually play in conjunction with each other, but. Kids being kids, more kind of my fault, my end really, but that's not really worked out. So what we're going to do now, I'm not going to rest on my laurels. Yeah, look at that figure, £130,352, which is amazing, isn't it? But yeah, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. Snowy's got this entire episode to pull something out of the bag, and I reckon he will. I reckon he's been up to similar tricks as me. Yeah, I think maybe he's realised this is something he needs to put in place. Maybe a little bit too late. I don't know. But I'm sure he knows what he's doing. He certainly knows what he's doing. So, what I'm going to do in this episode, and actually, I'm going to start an episode kind of jumping almost straight into a time lapse, which is a little bit unusual, but I just want to do it quietly. I can't really talk too much at this very particular moment in time. So, yeah, what I'm going to do is buy the very next plot of land. We're going to buy it. This was always my plan. If this series was continuing, this is where I was going to go with it anyway. So, I'm going to buy this 63,320. The first couple of episodes I thought that was never going to happen, but now it's kind of an easy amount of money to spend, isn't it? So we'll buy that, and I'm doing that on camera. What I'm going to do, boom, look at that. I don't actually know how big it is. It is quite big though, we'll find out. But what I'm going to do is cut it, and then windrow it, and then bale it, just with the baler that we've got, just as grass, because we don't own a tedder, and just sell it, just some extra money, isn't it, really? Just a bit of a top-up. So, yeah, I'm going to do that quietly now, stick this all into a time-lapse, and the initial plan is, when you see Snowy's episode, which hopefully will be coming out around the same sort of time, he'll actually be recording his first part after I've done this, really. We're going to try and link up together, so at the end we are at least both on at the same time. We can both kind of sell everything that we own, really, other than the buildings, and see what the final figures are, see how we compare. Yeah, I ended the last episode. I was quite confident. I just got a sneaky feeling a little birdie might have suggested Snowy has also got this. So, yeah, he's got a bit of a trick up his sleeve, I reckon, so I can't be too confident. Really, I can't be too confident at all. So yeah, so we're going to jump straight into it now. What I have just done, I will explain before I jump into a time lapse. I have, without realising I didn't press record, which is quite common for me to do, I have filled this up with water. You'll notice, if you notice the health actually at the bottom, 10%, it did go down to 0 because they'd run out of water when we'd skipped through the month. So I've just topped that up with 2 trailers full, and then the little bit of wool that was here, which is like 900 litres worth, I just moved that into here. But that's all I did without pressing record. Yeah, 971 litres worth, and it doesn't actually have any clothing in there at all. That is still set to sell as well, by the way. I know I'm selling that at a discounted rate, but there is just not enough wool in there to produce a pallet. So if I don't sell it, if I don't make the most of it, and I will show you, if I find it here a minute, if I go down to the clothing, actually the price has dropped slightly, but it's still pretty good, isn't it? Look, £60,717. So as long as Snowy's on it, he's going to have a nice big sale to make as well. And he could very, very quickly catch me up. Really, really quickly catch me up. So I just need to sell whatever I can, because the next month it is now due to absolutely drop right down to what, 25 grand. Pretty big drop, that is. I'd rather take 30% off of 60 grand than sell it at 25 grand. That's for certain. Good. Right, well, yeah, hopefully I've kind of explained that. And then nice quick time lapse right at the beginning of the episode. I'm going to go over there with the mower and I'm just going to do what I can and cut that field. And then once that is done, I'll windrow it and I'll start to pick it up. everybody. So this is a separate game day for me, so hopefully you've seen probably a relatively long time lapse actually. Maybe I've tried to keep it relatively low, I guess, when I come around to editing. But yeah, we've done pretty well out of that piece of land we bought. Obviously we cut it, you would have seen that in the time lapse. We've then windrowed it, which took a fair chunk of time, to be honest with you. And then we've baled it, which took a heck of a long time, because when this particular bale trailer gets full or nearly full, it becomes impossible to drive, and it wants to overtake the tractor and the baler, and it just makes the job extremely difficult. But yeah, we've done pretty good. I think each time we made just over 9 grand. You might have caught it in the time lapse, but it would have been very, very small in the top corner. But yeah, just over maybe £9,700 from memory. It was actually 2 days ago that I did that time lapse, so I cannot quite remember. But it has kind of topped us up a little bit. Now, I'm kind of amazed, and you will be amazed. Somewhere on this map is Farm Sim Snowy. We're actually logged in together. Would you believe it? We're actually logged in at the same time. How amazing. But yeah, I believe he has pretty much finished what he needs to do. He's probably nearly there. So I've kind of timed myself logging back in to match his, really. So I'm just going to head back to the field now. If we've got time, we'll do it until Snowy gives me the go-ahead to skip forward a month. We'll just do a final little bit of baling. We might as well make a few more thousand, don't we, really? The bales are there ready to be made. The grass is just sat there on the floor. But yeah, as soon as I get the go-ahead, we'll skip a month. That will then allow me to harvest my field. Or I do have 2 fields, don't I, actually? So hopefully it will allow me to harvest both of the fields. And then once we've done that, once we've sold that, we'll be in a position to sell what we have. So again, we're going to sell the equipment. So all of the equipment, that includes what we started with and what we've bought. And yeah, any additional bits of land that we've kind of bought as well, I guess, really. Which for me isn't a huge amount, is it, really? But I think Snowy's bought 2 or 3 extra pieces now. So yeah, we'll do that. The only thing we won't be selling is the original piece of land, because that doesn't count. That was part of the starter part. And also the buildings. Just realised the whole time I'm talking to you, got the old sticky gear thing going on again. Oh, there we go, look.
Hello.
Oh, and hello. Mr. Farm Sim Snowy is talking.
Yeah.
Okay, right. We've just had a little off-camera business meeting. Very quick business meeting. What we're going to do, so I'm going to... I kind of lost track of what I was saying, actually. I'm going to just continue with this last little bit of baling. So you've just seen loads and loads of this in a time lapse, so I do apologise, you're going to see more, but I won't time lapse it. I'll just find something random to talk about, which I can always do. You know, I don't struggle with finding random things to talk about. For God's sake, and I've not even got the trailer turned on properly. How do I turn it on properly? What's going on here? What's happening? Why does it say lower loading platform? What does that mean? Operator. Ah, there we go. Right, okay. I dropped some on the floor, but that doesn't matter. No bother. We'll go back around and pick them up. Be a bit cheeky in a minute. So, what we're going to do now, Snowy is midway through recording his episode. And he's got just a few runs to make down to the silo to sell some last things. Now, I don't want to spoil it for you, but actually this will be released at the same sort of time. So he has also got a pallet of clothing ready to sell. So I've said go for it. I've actually said we're not going to skip a month. Let's not skip a month, because I want him to make the most out of the prizes, like I did. So this is good. This is going to be an even closer challenge now, because he's actually the thing that made me probably very, very temporarily jump ahead was the clothing, and actually he's got the same thing up his sleeve. So go for it. I love it. It's going to be interesting. I think this is going to be super close. This is going to be super close. I really do. Yeah, and I am looking forward to it. Like I've said in Keep It Real, if you watch Keep It Real, and potentially you might have just... I'm actually recording this last little section now, straight after the premiere of the most recent and last episode of Keep It Real. And I literally say in that episode, if I lose, and I lose by 15-20 grand, I'm happy with that. I'm going to take that as a half win. Because he did have some juicy little trees that he managed to sell, in addition to what I thought was in his basic bit of land. So if he only beats me by a small amount, I'm still going to take that as a bit of a win. If he absolutely hammers me, I don't ever want to play with him ever again. Because he's too good and I don't want to lose. But if I still somehow manage to beat him, and it's probably, given that I know that he's got clothing now, because he told me, that's a big ask for me to think I'm going to beat him. Here and now, I mean, I've got nearly £90,000. He's only got £5,000 or £6,000, I think. But he's got a lot of stuff that he's going to be selling any moment now. In fact, I do wonder, we've not played this together at the same time, so I wonder if it will give me any sort of prompts in the top corner to say Snowy's sold anything. I'll have to keep an eye on that, won't I? But yeah, it's going to be close. It's going to be interesting. It's disappointing that it's such a short and sweet series, really. But at the same time, we've just discussed it together and we are as excited as each other for FS25. It just looks great, doesn't it? Just looks great. I don't know who you've been watching. I personally have kind of stuck to watching Daggerwin. I've jumped in on a couple of Farmer Cop streams, but Daggerwin really just easy to listen to. Daggerwin, isn't he? His voice is almost like a melody though sometimes, isn't it? So if I can't sleep but I need to sleep, I stick Daggerwin on just to just to help me fall asleep, because he does have one of those voices. That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. In fact, I know that there are people that put me on for their young children to help put their kids to sleep. Maybe I've got one of those voices, or I'm just really boring. I mean, that's quite likely. I could just be really, really boring. But yeah, anyway, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. And actually, now you're going to be seeing this, I'm thinking potentially now you are watching this on Tuesday. Yeah, so in theory, the game has been released. And I'm probably... I'll be in the premiere. If this is a premiere, then I will be in the premiere live chat. I'll be there chatting away to anyone who wants to join in, so jump into that. But at the same time, I'll be probably hoping this video would hurry up and finish, because I want to play FS25. No doubt, that's my prediction. Do you know, I didn't realise I left so much grass here. There's loads. I wasn't actually even going to bother with this. I really wasn't. I did 2 loads worth in the time lapse, and I was kind of done with it. I mean, it took me hours, by the way. It was pretty boring. But I'm only really doing this to burn some time, to find something to do while Snowy sells off his last little bit of product that he's got. So yeah, I'm only gonna collect more bales of grass until I get the Discord message to say he's all done. And the last little section of this, by the way, we will both be talking. So yeah, we'll open up the chat so you'll be able to hear both of us, and maybe we'll compare how we're performing whilst we're doing it. I think. Do you know, it's a real shame, because I was hoping, and I know a few of you were hoping, to do the orb hunting. Now, in the orb hunting, you have to kind of skip the time forward to quite late in the night, because you see little orbs glowing in amongst the forest, and it's a bit eerie. It's a bit freaky, actually. And I had pre-downloaded some noises, a bit like what I used in the Halloween special, kind of like zombies and strange alien noises. I had a load of those downloaded, so we were going to do that orb hunt, and we were both going to be chatting in the video, and I was going to kind of, like I do in roleplay, I was going to go along with, I'm sure, for example, I was going to say, I just seen something move behind that tree, and then I was going to play some of these creepy noises. I was going to do my absolute best to freak Snowy out. I think that would have been hilarious, and it would have worked. I know it would have worked, because I'm pretty good at kind of pretending. I'm pretty good at blagging things, so yeah, it's a shame we never got around to do to that. But the series has been successful, absolutely, I would say. Whether or not you're enjoying it, I'm sure you are. I mean, if you're not enjoying it, you're probably not even watching it this far along anyway. But I'm sure you are enjoying it. But I have to enjoy it, Snowy has to enjoy it. Otherwise, it just doesn't come across as genuine, does it? So, yeah, we've both really, really enjoyed it. So we will do something similar. I'm not sure if it will be the same. Always like to come up with slightly new ideas. But FS25, yeah, we will do something similar. Anyway, I've not had the message. Let me just check if I had a message. Not yet. Not yet. So we will keep going. Now, I haven't actually got my glasses on, which ain't very good because the screen's quite blurry. 24 bales. Only 22% of this bale trailer is full, so we've got loads of room to get more bales. It's just frustrating that this baler is just so slow. And sometimes I think it's the sticky gear, but that sticky gear still doesn't even seem to... Is 5 miles per hour just the maximum speed? I think it might be. So we'll just keep chugging along. We'll just keep going. You know, there's one thing that I haven't seen in... Again, I haven't watched a lot of people playing it. I don't really watch too much of DJ, for example. Like I said, I watch a little bit of Pharmacop, but I don't really watch many of the big ones other than Daggerman. And I've not noticed, in fact, Daggerman's is pretty much confirmed that it's not on there. And that's kind of any sort of change to the way that you repair vehicles. And I was just hoping maybe something would be different. I really was. You know, we're always having to repair your vehicles to 100%. It's just a bit annoying, I think. And for a simulator, I feel that maybe that's something that could be much better. But yeah, I think again, I mean, Daggerman's released like 5 a day or something stupid. I can't even keep up with it. But I must be on episode 4 or 5 now, out of like 11 or 12. But he's just gone to repair one of his vehicles, and again, it still only gave him the option to repair it to maximum to 100%, which was quite a few thousand, and he decided not to do it. He didn't want to waste the money. And yeah, you know, I've always said, I did always wish that you had the option to do certain services, full service, part service, oil change. You know, each different service costs a different amount of money, but it also gave you a different amount of percentage of your repair bar. So an oil change, for example, would give you 20%, and an engine swap would give you 80%, just as an example. Changing the tyres would give you 10%. I don't know, but it doesn't look like they've done that yet. In fact, I do know a good mod maker who watches me, and I'm talking about you, Farm Sim Tim, who's a bit of a pro at script mods. So sorry for all the console people watching this, because it's not going to happen, unfortunately, because of your console restrictions. But yeah, Farm Sim Tim, I'm just throwing it out there. That idea, I personally think it's a good idea, and I think you should create it and steal all the glory of it. Yeah, I think that would be quite a good mod to make. Not that I know anything about making mods, and also I can't even begin to imagine how much effort would go into something like that. But For anyone who didn't know, Farm Sim Tim's probably in the Premier now, actually, chatting to all of us, quite possibly. But he created the Sticky Feet mod, which I've said before in videos is one of the best mods that's been created. Do you notice how this trailer's getting heavier now and it's forcing the baler around? It is a bit of a pain. Yeah, Sticky Feet. So, Farming Simulator. I mean, why? Well, if you play multiplayer and you stand on the back of a trailer, or you're standing on the back of the cab of a pickup truck, and then you start driving off, that player kind of stays where they are and flies straight off the back of it. And Sticky Feet makes them actually stick to where they're standing. So you drive a vehicle and they're stood in the trailer, they stay in the trailer in that same position. What an absolute obvious thing. Why is that not even just part of the game? Just part of the game. Games like Grand Theft Auto, which are like 12 years old now, had stuff like that on them from the get-go. Just seems like such an obvious thing. It's certainly not something that's not possible to do on consoles. So yeah, that would be amazing if you did make something like that, Tim. I can't offer you much more than just a suggestion. Yeah, anyway, this is taking forever. I still haven't had the note. I still haven't had the message on Discord to say he's ready, which is kind of concerning because it's been a little while now. How much has he bloody got to sell? How much has he got to sell? Also, why is my money just gone up? I've now got 91,000. I don't understand. Maybe I've just sold a little bit of clothing. I did set that to selling, didn't I? I did set that to selling. In actual fact, while this is running in a relative straight line, let's set this to selling. Yeah, and that's already set to selling. Okay, cool. Just suddenly remembered I have got a pallet of lettuce that I need to get rid of. Looking at that menu has reminded me. So, as soon as I get the message from Snowy, we'll run to the store with whatever grass that we have on this trailer, which is baled, which is, it's not bad, it's half a load now. But I'll also chuck a pallet of lettuce to the top of it and just hope it doesn't fall off. Probably will, but I just hope it doesn't. Okay, that is it. Pretty much done. Now from here, probably looks like there's quite a bit of grass left, doesn't it? But actually this is just little tufts where it's regrowing. Some of it is collectible, but I can't. I've just spent so long doing grass. I've had enough of it now. Right, how do I unload the baler? Let's do that first. So I want to go Y. Oh, yeah, and it's just done something quite funky. Brilliant. Good. What's going on here? Oh, okay, there we go. Operating position. I must have pressed the wrong button. Right. Hopefully that will join there. Or it's not. No. Let's just put that there. There we go. Cool. Good, good, good. So, we will disconnect the rear. Wonderful. Move the baler just out of the way. Now, it doesn't matter too much now, to be honest with you, because this is it. By the way, if I haven't already said it, which I think I have, this is pretty much it. We'll get that pallet of lettuce chucked on top of that tray. Oh my goodness. Right, forget that. I'm giving up with that now. Yeah, we'll get that pallet of lettuce chucked up on top of this trailer. We'll try and take it easy to make sure we don't tip this trailer either. It's not a very good trailer, and I'm not gonna lie. Right, it's also a dolly, so maybe I shouldn't have pulled it in quite so far. That wasn't good. But let's grab the Deutz file. We need the front loader actually, and we gotta hope that this Deutz file will make it up that hill. Will it make it up the hill? I don't know. Now, what we have said, this crop you can see slightly to my right, and then the one in front as well. I'm not going to worry about harvesting that, because Snowy's in a similar position. I don't know how big his field is, but he has got a field of sorghum, we could both wait until the next month, and we could then both harvest. But we just want to get this series done, give it a good finish, and get ready for the new game. So we have agreed. I'm happy to forfeit harvesting my field. He's happy to forfeit harvesting his fields. Again, I don't know. Are mine bigger than his fields? Are his fields bigger than mine? One of us has probably got the short straw out of that deal, but it is what it is. This was a little teaser. This was a tester. This was a make sure that it was popular, make sure it was fun, and it's passed that test. So, oh dear, this tractor is awful, isn't it? Come on. He screwed me over with this choke, didn't he? I bet he was giggling to himself the whole time he was doing it. It's alright, we can do it. We can do it, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm going to say, I hope after doing this, I hope there is a pallet of lettuce up here. That would be annoying. Yeah, we are both just keen to get on with it. So we are just going to, after he's sold his bits, again, you know, I don't want him to not sell his clothing, because when that price does absolutely drop, he's got no chance. Let me just think a minute. The best way to take this. Am I better going down, backwards, or down, forwards? At the minute, I can't even go down. I think... Oh, I don't know. I think maybe forwards is a mistake. Right, are you ready for this? This is going to be interesting. Oh no. Here goes. Oh dear. I lost my pallet. Wow. It could have been worse, actually. Could have been a lot worse. There's still time. I might make it worse. Yeah. I expected something weird to happen then in the tractor to do a flip. Where's... Oh dear. How am I going to get that pallet out there? No super strength on this series. No way. That is something, by the way. I've mentioned it already, but I think I've seen people picking pallets up. People picking pallets up, meaning, you know, the only people that have early access, which of course is various kind of YouTube and content creators, but they've been picking pallets up. Now, there's no way that mods have been released for that in an early access version. So it must be in the base game. You must be able to pick up pallets in the base game. Have they made it a thing? And console players would be glad of that. Oh my gosh, I got this one and truly stuck, didn't I? Yeah, that's something that would be great for a console player. Obviously for kind of PC players it's nothing different, but yeah. I can remember one of the biggest things for me, persuading me away from console into PC, was the fact that I wanted to have super strength. Ironically, I try not to use it, but just having the ability to use super strength really appealed to me as a console player. So yeah, if they have, oh, come on, if they have made that part of the base game, then that's probably a good move for Giants. Now I want to be going backwards, not forwards. Oh dear, this was a bad idea. How many times is it going to take me to realise that this Deutzfahrt needs to have the weight on it before I do anything that involves lifting? Oh dear. That's alright, I can roll down the hill. At least my steering wheels are touching the ground. This is fine. This is fine. Oh no. Right, I've not had a message yet from Snowy, I don't believe. Let's have a little check. No, I have had a message on Discord actually, but who's that from? Let's have a look. Nope, it wasn't Snowy. It's just the various Discord groups giving me notifications as they do. Right, so we've still got time. We've still got time. Let's hope. Yeah, I was going to say, let's hope that this will lift it up enough, which it will. So we'll just drop that on top and hope for the best. Now, what we have agreed, by the way, is that we are going to sell every bit of equipment we have from the menu. No taking it to the shop, no painting, no repairing, just selling it from the menu. that would make it an kind of an equal fair trade, as well as save a heck of a lot of time. I mean, for us to drive all of this equipment down to the shop would, well, it would be a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. Now, I don't know how this tractor is going to fare getting up this hill. I don't even know if it's actually going to do it. Quite possibly isn't. Let's stick it into cruise control and keep my eyes open for a sticky gear moment. Yeah, I mean, it's not sticky gears that's the problem right now, is it? No. It's just the sheer fact. Two problems. One is the tractor's rubbish. Second is this land is a heck of a lot hillier than what it actually looks. Now, come on. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. 1 miles per hour. Well, the next game will be out by the time this is done. Farming Simulator 28. And we'll still be making our way to the shop. You can pretty much see what I mean by this trailer is a nightmare. Right now, demonstrating to you live just how much of a pain this trailer is. I mean, the lettuce pallet on the back was probably not a great idea. It's just kind of dancing about a little bit there. But yeah, this trailer is interesting. It probably won't show you now. It's typical. Just before I pressed the button where it started recording again, it was doing some weird stuff. It was making a tractor wheelie. It was being a bit funky. Now it's been good, isn't it? And yeah, just got a little show on the back there. Look, a little dancing pallet of lettuce. As long as it doesn't dance so hard it falls off, I don't mind. Now, it's going to lose a lot of momentum now. I've done this 2 times already, don't forget. So we're probably going to drop down to 1 or 2 miles per hour. Yeah. By the time we get to the shop, I'm sure Snowy will be ready, because this is going to take ages. It's already taken me about 5 minutes in between cutting the last little section. Do you know what's really annoying? I drove through the barn at the top of our land near the entrance, and it bloody took the pallet off the top of the trailer and put it into storage. Would you believe it? So then I had to go and get the Deutz file, take it back out of storage and put it back on top again. Oh, everything's been a nightmare at the minute. Everything's been a nightmare. I must admit, 4 miles per hour, 3 miles per hour, 2 miles per hour, 1. There we go. I was going to say I'm impressed by it, but actually this is exactly what I expected. I knew this was coming. I knew it. We'll get there. And I think Snowy is also done. So I'll just get this last little bit sold, and then I'll jump you back in with Farm Sim Snowy. And yeah, we'll sell bits as we go in, talking to each other. And we'll just have a final comparison. What do you reckon? If you are in the Premier chat, if you're in that live Premier chat right now, what do you reckon? Especially some of you, Justin, Bender Cat, you've been watching both of us. What do you reckon? What's your guesses? And you as well, Outrider. Oh, there's too many now, I can't even name you all. But throw your guesses in now. I don't know. I tend to be overconfident sometimes. I'm not quite so overconfident now. And that dancing pallet lettuce is going to bloody fall off as well, isn't it? Oh, there we go. Trailer's being funny again. Right, I'll catch you in a moment.
Right, so we should all be live on here together. Well, not live because right, we're going to sell
pre-recorded live
first. Yeah, that's it. That's the one I'm trying to get at. So we'll sell off our sheep.
And you've probably got more money's worth of sheep than me, because I bought all of mine young. I made the mistake, you know. I didn't realise after all of these years of playing, I didn't realise that the older animals produce more.
Ah,
So
see,
I started off buying the
schoolboy
absolute
area, that is.
cheapest ones. I had like 100 sheep in the first like 3 episodes, but they were all like cheap 200 quid ones.
Oh, well, hopefully I've stole an archer on you there then.
You probably picked me to it. See, lack of knowledge.
Right, that's my sheep. My sheep have all gone.
Oh wow, I'm only
I'm running
halfway
over
through
to the
it.
chickens now. The farmer's starting to feel a bit lonely already.
Right, that is all of my sheep gone. I like how it took me longer to sell mine than it did you to sell yours. That's a good sign. That means I might have had more than you. Or it just means I got so many random aged sheep that it was just fiddly.
Well, it could
Let's
be.
have a look. Walk up to the chickens.
How many have I got there?
I don't know why I'm
60.
walking. I could just skip it, couldn't I? What's wrong with me? Okay. Visit. There we go. I'm so tempted to press start and look at what you've got, but I'm not. I'm gonna
No,
wait till
don't
the
do
end.
it. We'll have a look at the end. Right, I've sold my chickens.
Okay.
So we are going to sell off Granny's knitwear, but everything else, sheds, farmhouse, that we placed down for each other is remaining. And then we're going to sell off all the machinery from the store menu. We're not going to take it to the store.
That's right.
That is where we're at. Very
Okay.
exciting.
I've sold my chickens and my one rooster. I just thought I'd give them a little bit of entertainment, so I did throw a rooster in there, even though it had no benefit at all. If you beat me, if I lose, it's because of the rooster.
Yeah, definitely.
But you gotta, especially with a name like Rusey, you gotta have a rooster. That just seems quite fitting, doesn't
Well,
it?
exactly.
Right, we're also gonna sell those animal pens as well, yeah?
Yeah, I'm just about to do that.
Okay.
Where's
Right,
the
I'm gonna cheat a little
trigger?
bit, change
There
over
we
to a
go.
mouse just because it is easier. So,
Chickens have
pastures
gone. Sheep
Oh
have
man,
gone.
there's a little bit of wool there as well that I've missed out on that.
Ah, see, I chucked mine on and sold it with the cloves and strawberries.
Smart. Smart. Oh, I've even got some eggs there too. Oh, what
Oh
am I
man,
doing?
what have you been doing?
I'm just disorganised. Disorganised. Okay, right, I've
Right.
sold the pens and
Yeah,
I've just
same
sold my Nan's little knitting summer house, so that is now gone.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's
what we're
gone
doing
as
now, we're
well.
going to jump into the standard shop menu and just sell everything from here, yeah? Not go to the shop, no repairing
Yeah,
or repainting, anything like that. Literally from here.
Just sell it.
Let's
So
do
let's
it.
go for it.
Right,
Right,
this
I'm
shouldn't
going.
take too long.
Tractor's gone. There's a lot of button bashing going on.
It definitely is. Can you hear it my end?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna
We actually
hold my
ended up
controller.
with a decent amount of equipment.
Yeah. I'm holding my controller under the desk so you can't hear the knocking so much. I still had that windrower. Did you keep the windrower? Or
Not
did
the
you get rid
original
of it?
one, no.
Yeah. That was good.
I was
It's one of my
starting to get the
favourites.
hang of it though.
Yeah, it was alright. When you figured it out.
Right, I have nothing left. Nothing,
And
I tell you.
I have nothing left. I will jump to the map menu. And all I have is, right, so I've got the greenhouse, the actual farmhouse, and then the hose pipe, the fuel tank, and just the sheds.
Yeah, that's all I've got.
Ideal. And we've
Farmhouse,
agreed, so we've
fuel.
both got fields outstanding that, you know, they potentially would be
sell them.
harvested in the next couple of months, wouldn't they? But we're just going to leave them.
Yeah.
We'll make a
So we're
mutual
going to sell
agreement.
these fields off as well, aren't we?
Yes. Good point. Okay.
The fields or the land that we bought, but not the original land. So I'll sell that.
That's right. So.
And that.
Sell
that.
Why did you say
I
and
think
that
is
like four
everything.
times? How much land did you buy?
Only 2 fields.
Oh, okay. I was going to say. Okay,
I didn't realise I said it that much.
So I'm looking at this map view now, and we are exactly where we started. So it's looking pretty good. Right.
So, shall we scroll to the menu where we can see how much each other has?
Yes. Let's do it.
Right. I'm off. Going
I'm
there.
nearly there. Oh, exciting. Oh, yeah, pipped me.
Look at that.
That was close. That was
very
really, really close. Wow, there we go.
That's the rooster,
11 grand.
It's the rooster's fault.
It was the rooster's fault. Absolutely, 11 grand. I'm taking that as a win. I'm taking that as a win. So that's good. I'm happy with that. You didn't thrash me. You didn't give me a good pasting. But that's all right. And you had those juicy little cheeky treats. So
that is that's a decent amount of money each as well. To be fair,
that's pretty good. Although actually, we are forgetting one thing. We haven't paid off our loans. Well, I haven't anyway. And I don't know if you even have one, but I do. I've got a 50 grand loan.
So have I. So that's that.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, so it's still even then. Damn it.
We'll pay that back. Yeah, I took the full amount.
Cool. There we go.
So there we go.
11 grand in it. I'm happy with that. This has been pretty good, you know, for basically 10 episodes, because the 11th episode's not really been a great deal of production, I guess, really. So 10 and a half episodes, let's say. I'm happy with that. Pretty good.
Woo.
And you won.
Awesome.
Damn you. You won.
Wow.
No, that was good. That was good. And that was also very, very close. So definitely enjoyable.
Awesome. Yeah, it was indeed. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well at home.
Great. This has been sorry, I lost it a bit then. Yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed it. And I mean, what a little short and sweet trial. So I guess the main thing for me and Snowy is we've enjoyed it. So if we enjoy it, it seems more genuine for you guys to watch at home. So yeah, onwards and upwards, I guess, Snowy. I'm keen to do something like this again in this
definitely. As soon as something
game
comes out that suits us and there's enough mods and things to get going, we'll crack on with it.
Absolutely. And the best thing about all of it is the tractors get even more muddy. Did you notice, by the way, I was sabotaging you with some mud?
Yes, I did eventually. I had a couple of comments that didn't really make sense, but then I started to think, hang on a second. People obviously are watching your videos and trying to wind me up a bit. Just quite funny.
Good. Hashtag dirty tractor, that's what we say over my side.
Yeah.
Hashtag dirty tractor. Anyway, thanks, Snowy. And
awesome, mate.
I'll speak to you soon. The next time you'll see both of us, I think it's probably going to be an FS25. Certainly will be my end.
Definitely.
Cool. All right. Well, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for your time.
And thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you very soon, hopefully.
Thank you very much.
Bye for now.
Well, that's it, everyone. 11 grand in it. Fair play to Farm Sim Snowy. He caught me up, didn't he? He caught me up. Yep. I thought that wow, she's gone. Our granny's gone now. Bless her. Don't know where she's gone. She's gone somewhere. But I thought that did it for us. We certainly took the lead temporarily, but 11 grand. I'm happy with that. Hey, if I wasn't so stupid, if I'd realised there was wool there, if I'd realised there was, I think, 700 eggs over there, yeah, maybe I should have took them to the shop. Maybe I could have been much, much closer. I probably could have made a good 5 grand out of that, maybe. But fair play to Snowy. But you know as well as I know, he had a bit of an advantage. So I'm pretty cool with that, you know. I am pretty cool with that. That's I don't know. You guys, maybe I'll go back and watch it. Probably won't, because I don't have time for that. But I have a sneaky feeling Snowy probably had a little bit more than £11,000 worth of trees. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? All I know is, yeah, close margins like that mean all go for series number 2. Absolutely. I can't wait, and I just cannot wait for FS25. I can't wait for that mud to get stuck in your tyre treads. That is what it's all about. Hashtag dirty tractor. Until then, anyway. Cheers and gone.